Hey everybody, and welcome to Sync 2023. It is the 15th anniversary. White House Custom Color is really excited to be here, and I am excited to be standing next to my friend Amanda Johnson. So thank you for doing another interview with us today. We interviewed you a year ago at Sync. So we're proud of you. You're doing awesome. Can you tell us about how your business has changed in this last year, and if you wouldn't mind, sharing your average, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was excited. So I did 30 seniors this year, which is usually kind of what my goal is. I try to reach to 40, but I make sure I hit the 30. But this year I pushed really hard to up my average, and so it went from about a $2,300 average to $3,000. So that for me was a win, even though I didn't get the 40, which Matt always pushes me to. I always gives me a goal, but I was really happy to up my average.
Yeah, and you do amazing. And we were just talking about changes that you're making in your products and all that stuff. And for those of you that are listening out there, it's really important, especially this time of year when it's quiet, to look at what's selling and look at what's not selling, and sometimes to have an outside perspective of like, this change from this to this, I don't understand why, and talk it through is really valuable. So let's just use an example like we were talking about this morning. So talk to us a little bit about your acrylic that you have on display and our theory behind why it went from a 2030 to a 1624 as the normal size.
Okay, so last year I had a 20 by 30 acrylic that was kind of my main display piece, and I typically talked about that first, and literally 50% or a little more usually bought that size. And then this year I decided I wanted to kind of include some like clusters and sell more than one piece of wall art. And so above the TV I hung two 12 by 18s and a 16 by 24 horizontal in the middle. And so I started talking about that first and then kind of moving through the other sizes. And I found that most people were still touching the acrylic and saying, oh, I like the acrylic, but that size is okay. And I was selling a 16 by 24 instead of the 20 by 30. And I think Matt just helped me solve, like, that's what's above the TV, that's what they're looking at, that's what you're talking. And so they kind of are settling for the 16 by 24.
Right. And I think, just to reiterate, like, groupings and wall clusters are awesome. Like, that is so popular right now. Yep. But I think what was happening is your clients were wanting the acrylic, but they were seeing that center piece and going like, I'm good with that size. So now you're going to change to a 2030, and we're going to do a framed acrylic into something on the side. So we're gonna change that size because where your clients are looking at your TV, that is your most important wall space. So tell us about your property. I mean, it sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I live on my husband's family farm, so he grew up there, and so we have, him and I now own the 25-acre farmstead, so we have cows and sheep, and I've kind of created a whole outdoor, like, few-acre little photography paradise, I guess. So I have pianos in the woods, and I've got grain trucks, I have a pickup truck with flowers that we planted in the back. We've built lots of, like, metal walls, pallet walls, wood walls, that kind of thing. And I do have a studio on the property, and then we essentially lease 1,500 acres, so I've got a couple lakes, and this year our big thing, we planted purple, yellow, and pink alfalfa. So I should have all those flowers this spring, which nobody else really has around there, and it's actually taking me like 3 years to get the pink, so it better work this year, because I've worked on it for 3 years. So fingers crossed I get it this year. So it'll be something kind of special to
Definitely, and now everybody that's listening is very jealous of you.
They can come see it. They can come out.
And you are in Tuttle, North Dakota, which is close to Bismarck. Yep, awesome. So in the area that you're in, you're out in a more rural area. How are you marketing to seniors and getting them to come, out of Bismarck and come out to you? I mean, obviously, your style of work is amazing, your property is amazing, but to get people to travel sometimes can be tough. Like, how are you doing that?
Yep. Well, I have to say, because we live in a rural area, people are usually used to driving long distances. Most of my clients, they're coming at least an hour. I do not service my town at all, or even 2 and 3 hours. And typically, I just push the experience. Like, it's something they can't get anywhere else. The property, the props I have, I make it sound fun. I have a little side-by-side. We, like, tootle around. Parents come with, we drive. I have horses, they love to pet the horses. I've got baby lambs they can play with. Like, it's this whole experience that they buy into, something that if they live in town, they don't get that experience. And so I think that's kind of what sets me apart, is like, you're gonna come and you're gonna be part of this family. Like, jump in, let's do some chores, let's take some pictures, and they love it. Like, they really do.
And I'm guessing that your 4 boys have a lot of fun with that too.
Yes. They catch frogs for the girls all the time and try and show them these little frogs. Some of the girls like it, and some of them are like, don't get near me.
That's awesome. Well, you're doing amazing, Amanda. It's been really fun over the last, 3-4 years to really watch your business grow and your desire to succeed grow. So we're proud of you, and we really appreciate your friendship and your business. Thanks for letting us interview again, and we hope you enjoyed this interview with Amanda Johnson, and we'll be back with more soon.